Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping into Rollercoin. We're going to be checking out how our account is doing. It's been 2 weeks since the last time we were here and there has been some updates. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video, and let me say it is absolutely fantastic to be back behind the microphone and talking to you guys. Now obviously I have been away for a while, and I was away, to be honest, a lot longer than I thought I was gonna be, and unfortunately I did come back to some negativity with DMs and PMs and stuff like that, with people not being happy that I've not been creating content. And like I say, all I can do is apologize. And even though I absolutely love you guys, and I'm so humbled to see the amount of people that basically tune into my channel every week, basically my family is always going to come first, and that is it. That, you know, there's no two ways about it. For me, my family will always come first, and that's basically why I was away on a family matter. But like I say, it is absolutely fantastic to be back. And like I say, it's been 2 weeks since the last time we were in Rollercoin, and some updates have come out. So anyway, let's quickly run through the numbers. So 2 weeks ago, our hashing power was at 151.667. It's now 151.944. Now, I know there was big talk a while back that basically any miners that we have in our items panel were no longer going to contribute to power or bonus of our room. So what's weird is the fact that since basically I upgraded that classic Fury, which was before I went away, I've added nothing to Rollercoin, yet our power has gone up, and also we were at bonus wise 238.54. We're now at 239.12, and like I say, I've added nothing to my account. I've not added any 5% racks. I've not added any new miners, nothing like that. But yet my power has slightly gone up and my bonus has slightly gone up. And now the only thing I can think of, the reason why this has happened, is that with obviously doing the season, I have basically accomplished and passed quite a few levels, not a huge amount of levels, in the mini event, this Hotline Retro Wave event that is currently going on. I'm currently, as you can see, I'm at, let me just get rid of that. So I'm leading up to this point of getting event pass 25 XP experience, and we can see that is here, I believe, at level 10, or is that it? Level 10, that's level 10, isn't it? Yes. So level 10, 25 experience. So I'm basically nearly done 10 levels through this event, and obviously with that we've gained the odd miner here and there. And some of those miners actually do come with bonuses and obviously with power. So that's the only thing I can think of that is the reason why my power and bonus have gone up. So I don't know. I mean, as always, guys, you know, put any comments below the video, any information you know. I thought that that thing had been passed, that basically, like I say, anything in your items panel would no longer contribute to your room, but maybe it hasn't. So, you know, if you can confirm that for me, and obviously, you know, anything else, any other posts you want to put below the video, tell me how you're getting on with the mini events, the season pass, you know, how many miners you've got recently, anything like that. Stick in the post below. It's always great to hear your comments, and obviously if you have any questions as well, put them below and I will get to them as fast as I can. Now, you will also see at the top here, we're at nearly 2000 RST. I have adjusted my mining power. If we go in here, in the last season we were 100% RST. We are now 50% RST and 50% BTC. And just the other day, if we drop into our wallet and we look in our BTC wallet, you can see here we made a withdrawal for 103,000 BTC. It is waiting, so basically pending. But, you know, by just switching that power, I've already made a withdrawal, and we're only a week or so into, a couple of weeks into the new season, and I've already made one withdrawal, and that's only at 50%, you know, because we're trying to use the other 50% to build RST to get some of these miners that are in the season store. So we're basically I'm aiming for 2 of these. That's what I'm aiming for, if not more. You know, maybe, you know, because I'm just going to leave RST at 50% running the whole time, and we've still got plenty of time. You never know, we could end up with 4 of these. And obviously, if we combine those together, that's going to make, you know, a nice bit of hashing power. So anyway, updates. So as we know, like I say, there has been updates, and let's get into them and see what they have to say. I have missed out a few or a couple, because for me, I just didn't think they were worth bringing to you, because the updates themselves didn't really differ much from what we already have on the site. You know, they're sort of like almost just, I don't know, I didn't really see the point of them, to be honest. Anyway, right, so it says here, hello rollers. Let me get my other glasses on. Okay, hello rollers, and welcome to the new edition of Dev Diaries. The new season has already started, which means that new features that await you in the near future are also on the way. And today we are going to talk about them, some of them. Taking notes from the development team that is working on adding these features to the game. Sit back, enjoy. So the summary is weekly stroke grand competition. I've crossed that out because basically I think we already have a competition in the task wall, and all they're basically doing is adding a second competition which will run alongside the first competition. Any points you earn will get added to both competitions. So basically once a week there's going to be a prize draw in the weekly competition, and then the grand competition is basically a month-long one, and then that will get added at the end. That will get drawn every month, I believe. So for me, they didn't really seem... I didn't really see the point in, because it's quite a long-winded explanation of how it works. You know, that's pretty much the summary of it. So that's why I sort of left it out. So we've also got TRX deposits, the binding system, PWA, which PWA I was also going to leave out, but I know a lot of you guys are sort of interested in what that is. So, and then the power redesign. Now the power redesign is no great shakes. We'll quickly look at that. Basically, there's a picture of it here. So all it is rather than, for some of the statistics, rather than going into your profile to find it, you can basically, actually saying profile stats here. So what they're doing then, I thought it was the other way around. So what they're doing is some of the stuff that you'll find in my power is basically being combined with the profile stats, and I think vice versa. I think they're sort of making it, rather than you can go to one place and see it all, rather than sort of having to go to 2 places to get the information. So that is going to be the information. So you got obviously your mining power, your bonus power, bonus rack power, games, temporary power, penalty, and what that's to do with is when you lose your battery. So obviously we have 5 energy cells or electricity cells. When one drops off, you can see how much of a penalty you're receiving for that, and then it gives you a total power there. And then obviously you've got game stats, and then you can choose for each game, so you can check those stats out as well. Again, the explanation for that was relatively long. I didn't see the point of it, so that's why I just showed you that. Anyway, let's get into this. So TRX deposits, again, not really a lot to explain here, but next addition worth mentioning is the long-awaited TRX coin deposit. We've seen many requests from rollers about TRX, so it's on the way. Adding a new coin into this game is a long and complex process involving a lot of effort. Introducing the TRX coin turned out to be more difficult than we expected because of its own blockchain. So we do this process step by step, starting with deposits. Soon we will make an announcement so that all TRX fans can buy RLT with a 35% discount in the first 3 days. So I don't know if the reason why the delay is because obviously recently there was a lot of issues with TRX, and a lot of sites were sort of saying, yeah, we're not going to deal with it anymore because of a lot of information that was floating about. I don't know if that was part of the delay bringing it to Rollercoin, but as we know, now you can deposit it, and I'm guessing at some point you're going to be able to withdraw it. I don't think you can withdraw it at the moment. No, you can't click on it, so you can't go in it. But apparently, like I say, they are now adding that, which obviously a lot of you have been waiting for. Solana will probably then be the next one to follow. I know that again has been hanging around on the site forever, so I'm guessing that will probably be the next one in line. Okay, so TRX deposit. So here we go. So binding system. Now, a lot of you, I don't think, are going to like this, but also I'm actually fairly certain that I don't think this is going to last long on the site anyway. So the new item tag system determines the ability to trade an item on the marketplace depending on the actions performed on the item. This system will help you create truly unique collections of miners in your rooms that you cannot purchase from other players. The new tags for miners can be sold. The miner has no restrictions for the marketplace, sale or overall use. Then cannot be sold. Miner cannot be sold on the marketplace. It can only be used inside the account. And then basically, the merging of miners will be different with different labels. Can be sold, no restrictions on merging and selling. After the merge, the miner gets the label can be sold. Can't be sold, you can merge without restrictions, and the merged miner will receive the cannot be sold label. And it's also cannot be sold. It cannot be sold on the marketplace. And this is sort of what it's going to look like. So basically you'll go in and anything in green, obviously we've got this here in English, and we've also got it there in, I believe, is Spanish maybe, and various different languages. But basically the bottom line is, if you want a miner that can be sold, then just buy one with a green name on it. And the ones that cannot be sold will have red names on them, as you can see. Now, the only thing I would like to see with this, if it does continue, is miners that cannot be sold are slightly better than miners that can be sold. For me, because if it doesn't go that way, I just think that everyone's going to avoid miners that cannot be sold. And that's why I think that it might not last very long, because people are going, well, as my room progresses, I might want to sell that miner somewhere down the line to buy a bigger miner, or to make space on my racks, or whatever. So like I say, I think the only incentive is for the cannot be sold miners to be better, either have a better bonus or be slightly higher in power or something like that. For me, that would be the only incentive, because like I say, we've got 4 rooms as a maximum, and as you've seen in my rooms, I'm maxed out. I'm absolutely maxed out. So basically from that point, or you can merge, obviously you can merge miners together to make space on your racks. But if it comes to it and you need to sell something, but the only miner that you've got that you need to sell, you cannot sell, then, it causes a problem. So that's what I'm saying. They need to give it a reason for you to buy those cannot be sold miners. And the only, like I say, it's just got to be better. That's, for me, that's the only incentive, is the bonus is better or the power is better, or even both, that you get a better bonus and you get better power. For me, like I say, because otherwise, I think somewhere down the line, people are going to be stuck with a lot of these miners that cannot be sold. And then, you know what I mean? I'm sure you guys probably may well feel the same. And in fact, that's another thing that I would love to hear your ideas on, what do you think of this update? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Do you see some kind of other advantage through it? I don't know. But the thing is, most people do use the marketplace now, to sell miners, to raise RLT, to buy better miners, and, and stuff like that. Okay, so what's next? PWA. Now, I say I was going to just not bother with this. Basically, all this is that finally Rollercoin are releasing an official app. But it's a PWA, so it's a progressive web application. So basically what it is sort of like one of these sites, like, I can't even remember the name of the sites now. And I think it's going to be very similar to the ones where where it's like you can go to these sites and create apps just by putting in a URL. So you'd put in Rollercoin, and then you press a button, and out the back end comes an application, which in fact all it is essentially a standalone browser that runs, which will only run Rollercoin. And that's pretty much it. It says here, basically, yes, you guessed right. Soon you'll be able to log into Rollercoin as a separate application and not one of the sites, and use that. I'm assuming that's when they say that use push notifications. Also as well with those sites, because I actually created an app. I created an unofficial Rollercoin app, but I could never get Rollercoin to give me permission to use it. So because I created it for you guys, I actually gave it to one person, I think, who uses it. And I called it the unofficial Rollercoin app. I was not trying to, hide the fact or try and put it across as that it was an official app. But basically, I wrote to Rollercoin a couple of times asking for permission. But this is, a year or so ago, asking permission that would allow me to distribute it to you guys, because I know a lot of you had said that you would like an app for Rollercoin, and but I could never get any sort of return response. So I never bothered, because I just thought, well, I'm not going to send it out and then Rollercoin go, right, we're going to ban your account because you've made an unlicensed or unsanctioned application. So that's why it never got used. I use it on my phone because my phone is so old. I actually don't even think this PWA thing will work on my phone, because my phone is like 8 years old or something, like 7 or 8 years old. So that's why I will continue to use my unofficial Rollercoin app. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're saying if you download this onto your phone, whether it would be an iPhone or an Android device, you will earn yourself 1 RLT. Not really any great shakes in the way of a reward, but you know, a lot of you have asked for, you know, where you can get the app from and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's take a quick look at what has been going on with our accounts. Obviously, we know with the mini event, the Hotline Retro, we're up to level 9, getting very close to level 10. And if we go into the store, we go to the event pass, basically we are pretty much well, we're over halfway to level 5. I haven't done any games or anything yet. Just done my simple ones. Do the spend RLT token. I've been playing around with this, to be honest, and also as well the complete task. Now that is something that obviously a lot of you guys have probably noticed, that when you go into the task wall now, the Monlix is no longer there. So obviously the tip I gave you was about coming in here, going into Monlix, clicking on a PTC ad, and that was basically getting logged as your complete 1 task per day. Now suddenly that disappeared. Rollercoin have released a post saying that they're really sorry and they're trying to get Monlix back onto the site. So hopefully it will appear. But I have a feeling it's going to appear without PTC ads. Now, I don't know if that is possible to do that through the Monlix. I'm fairly certain with all of these, you can pick and choose what is displayed on your site. So I have a feeling that it's going to come back without PTC ads, because Rollercoin have realized that everybody is just going on there, clicking one ad, coming out, and then claiming that task, and then that's it. And that's obviously worth 12 XP. But if we go into the task wall, something I've also been looking at is Loot TV. Now I know not all of you can use this, whether it's that it doesn't work properly on your phone or it doesn't work properly on your PC, which is something I'm actually going to talk about again or I'm going to talk about in just a second. But so basically, I've realized that with Loot TV, you can if you earn as minimum as 10 points, which hardly takes any time, it's probably about 2 or 3 videos, you can then go into your Loot TV account once you've done that. So let's go here. I have got a bit more than 10, but basically if I go in here now, redeem this, send it to Rollercoin, and like I say, you can do this as minimum as 10 points. So redeem that, okay, and then I can just click this to continue watching. So obviously now I can select another video. I tend to find that Simply Bacon's and the gaming one are the best 2 to use. That's what I found. So obviously I pick that, and we'll just let that run for a while. Well, actually just get it running, and then we'll flick back, because there's some other stuff I need to tell you. And also we need to just check that has added our... Right, okay, so we can go back here now. Scroll up, we go into here, and look, you see there. Right, obviously I added 40 points, yeah? You don't need to. You can, like I said, you can use as minimum as 10 points, which will only take about 2 or 3 videos to get that 10 points, right? So we claim that. So that's just added another 12 to our season pass. If we collect that, yeah. So that takes us up to 89. And what I was going to tell you about Loot TV. Now, as I've said in the past, Loot TV and Hideout TV, I normally run on an old laptop. Now, I was originally using Windows 7 and it worked fine. And basically, it would, I could earn over easy over 300 points daily. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Then I found it started becoming really not erratic, but basically for the amount of videos I was watching, I was hardly earning any points. Like I was going from 350 to 400 points a day down to like struggling to get to 100 points in a whole day, which obviously, that is a nightmare. So then what I did was I upgraded that laptop to Windows 8. And then as soon as I did that, it went back to earning over 300 points on a daily basis. No problem. Anyway, about a week or so ago, maybe a couple of weeks, probably be maybe 2-3 weeks ago, it started doing that thing again, where it was, excuse me, I just go have a drink. So where it totally dropped off in the amount of points I was earning. And I because obviously I don't know why I did not link it from the first to the second, from moving from Windows 7 to Windows 8 is why it started working again. So anyway, what I've done now is I no longer run it on that laptop because the best that laptop could run was Windows 8. Now I'm running it on my PC on Windows 10, and it's gone back up to earning like 300 plus points a day. So I don't know if it's something that, as they update their website, because obviously with a lot of these sites, the developers are constantly updating the code, constantly changing it, to keep it in line with the movement of what's got with the movement and the changing of operating systems. So I don't know if that's the case or what it is, but I found, like I say, going from 7 to 8, that made a positive change until at 8, then it dropped off, and then going from 8 to 10, that's again gave back a positive change where I'm now earning over 300 points again. Now, I don't know how that would affect mobiles. Now, I don't know if, because obviously you're running on a mobile, I don't know if that's, because some people say to me, I can't earn anything through Loot TV or Hideout TV. I'm really struggling, but I'm using it on a tablet or I'm using it on a mobile. Because I'm guessing, because obviously there's no apps for these things. So you would be running it through your browser. So either like if you're using, I guess, a tablet, you could be running it on Safari or something like that. And I don't, you might be running it on a really old version of iOS or on Android, and that could all be affecting how many points you're earning from Loot TV. Because like I say, I found that moving it onto Windows 10, now I'm running it on my PC, I'm earning so many points. I'm earning, like I say, over 300 points every day. No problem. And what I'm doing is I'm building up about 10 or so points, putting that into Rollercoin, using that as my one task. And then, as you saw, I'll click continue once I've redeemed that. And then I'll let that run. I'll let Loot TV run for the rest of the day. And then those points that I build up from there, I'll put into something like Crypto Pirates, or I'll put into Hitbits or somewhere else, But just initially, just get those 10 points, put them straight into Rollercoin, and then that's going to basically do your one task per day. Because, like I say, I do think that if and when Monlix comes back, it could come back without PTC ads, because I don't think Rollercoin liked the fact that you could just click on that and basically that's all anybody was doing. That's all a lot of people were doing. So, and I don't think they really benefit a lot from that. Just one click on a PTC ad. So I think that's sort of why. Obviously, I could be wrong. It could come back. Everything could be great. We could all go back to clicking that one ad, no, without messing about. But like I say, I have a sneaky feeling that it's going to come back without PTC ads. Okay, so obviously, I did say, I forgot to carry on with it, didn't I? This. So something I was testing out, and it does seem to work. It's a bit hit and miss. And the thing is, as well, is if you do it, you will gradually lose RLT, but you will gain 30 XP every time you do it, which obviously also as well helps you through those mini events. Now, what you can do is you can buy 15 RLTs worth of parts. Yeah? That's going to give you your 30 XP. That will also give you about 6,000 points in the mini event. And then what you can do is later on, you can put those parts up for sale and get most of that 15 RLT back. But like I say, is you will lose a bit every time, because Rollercoin take a fee every time. So that's why it does work. It does work, but at the same time, it's sort of like, you know, I'm not sure how many people are going to want to do that, knowing that every time they sell, they're going to be losing a bit, you know. So, but it does work. So that's a hint. If you've got a good amount of RLT, or you're mining RLT at a good pace, then that's a good way of doing it. But like I say, that is something. It's actually something that someone discussed with me on the last video, and they were saying that they were looking at doing that, and we talked about it, and I have tried it out, and it does work. But like I say, you've just always got to bear in mind that you're going to be losing every time that you do it. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found that helpful, enjoyable, and informative. And if you can, smash that like button, give us a big thumbs up. It really does support my channel, which then helps me make more content to help you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.